Same shit that everybody else been saying since I moved to 147, I ain't fought nobody. Every last one of them. Stump a mud hole in their ass and he gonna be next. Watch. So when I beat you, is you gonna be a nobody? When I stump a mud hole in your ass, is you gonna be a nobody? You gonna be just like everybody else. Watch. Watch.
As the Canelo versus Crawford showdown draws closer, the tension is reaching a boiling point. Just like in the previous press conference, Canelo and Crawford were accused of trading racial slurs. It all kicked off when Canelo was pressed about their heated clash during the last media face-off.
I didn't. He did before. He tried to welcome me back, and it just was my reaction. That's it. I think he don't did them because he really wanted to do. I think Turki Al-Ashi told him, you need to do something. And he did. He did. And now...
After the press conference, Crawford once again claimed he was laughing at Canelo's wild antics, saying he actually enjoys all the drama surrounding this fight.
I laughed at it, as you can see. You know, I love things like that. You know, it excites me. I'm more motivated than ever now.
At the last press conference, Terence Crawford spoke about how Canelo Alvarez shoved him during their face-off. He added that the push didn't intimidate him at all and had no impact on the fight strategy he plans to use.
Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that little push didn't do nothing, as you can see. But come fight time, we're not going to be pushing, we're going to be punching. So it doesn't even matter.
Along with the last press conference fireworks, this event featured an intense face-off with deadly stares. New boxing promoter Dana White, best known for running the UFC, had to step in and break things up. This isn't just a fight, it's a war. Two men will share the same ring in a once-in-a-lifetime showdown. They've conquered every weight class, stacked up titles like trophies, and silenced critics along the way. Reflecting on his bout with Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo Alvarez revealed how that experience fuels him. He recalled Saunders' pre-fight antics, which enraged him so much that he stepped into the ring with pure aggression. With those words, Canelo hinted he might bring that same fire when facing Crawford.
For Bud Crawford, you know, a lot of MMA fans, UFC fans may not have ever seen you fight before, and they might tune in because Dana and the UFC are involved. So what has it been like maybe introducing yourself to a lot of MMA fans?
Crawford made comments that didn't sit well with Canelo Alvarez, especially when he said he doesn't care about living up to anyone else's standards. According to Canelo, Crawford sounded like a man with a point to prove or someone specific to call out during the press conference.
A little bit more personal because, you know, I did respect him. I don't respect him anymore because he say, I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that. And then he tried to, maybe Turki Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he welcomed me back, and that's why I pushed him. And you know, like I say, don't fuck with me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different.
During the press conference, Canelo made a bold claim. He told the media and boxing officials that the damage in the last fight might have come from Turkey advising Crawford to walk him down. Canelo warned Crawford that if he crosses the line, his career will be over.
Before, I respect his word because he say, oh, I'm not gonna let somebody to tell me what I need to do. And he did. So, but you know me. Just, I respect everybody, but if you me, so it's gonna be different. You know.
Listen.
Hey, we know, buddy. We know.
First
we know.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford got into a fiery exchange during the presser. Crawford admitted there were rumors from Canelo's camp trying to intimidate him, but said he showed up face-to-face to prove he wasn't scared, hinting at his own fight strategy. Canelo later denied it all, referencing comments supposedly made by Crawford's uncle.
Somebody was in the room saying that I was scared of them. So I stepped to him and showed him who was the boss of this fight. I ain't scared of shit.
Hey, I never say that. Your uncle say that, not me.
Crawford keeps insisting he fears no one. At their last press conference, he made it clear he wasn't afraid to step up to Canelo, a naturally bigger fighter. He warned that Canelo will realize that when they finally clash.
Scared of and you're gonna find that out. As you've seen, the last press conference.
We'll see.
When I walked you down, when you supposed to be the bigger man.
Yeah, hey, you say that because you fighting with nobody, and you obviously look like you're a great fighter. But you find out September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
And it's gonna be different from you as well.
On one side stands Canelo Alvarez, a Mexican icon and the reigning undisputed super middleweight champion. With 63 wins, 39 by knockout, and only 2 losses, he's faced some of the sport's biggest names: Gennady Golovkin, Caleb Plant, Sergey Kovalev, Miguel Cotto, and more. While fighters and fans hyped the magnitude of this clash, he kept Crawford's confidence in check. A little tense at first, Canelo now knows this is his moment to shine.
See the presser yesterday, and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo. Then I sort of leant towards Vaz, but now I'm back with Canelo. So we'll see.
Canelo's an all-time great. He's an incredible fighter, and look, I actually think this is a bad fight for him because
Eddie Hearn admits his leaning toward Canelo, but he set the stage for a fight that won't be easy for either man. He knows Crawford's unique style, blazing speed, slick movement, and constant adjustments, can turn the ring into a chessboard and force Canelo to play catch-up.
he'll engage a lot more than Skull, but he will be looking to do all the things where people have had success, which is use movement. Look at what Bivol did. Bivol had the perfect game plan. He boxed off the back foot, then he attacked, then he moved, then he, all that kind of stuff. And then Crawford will be looking to do exactly the same.
Hearn also revealed that Crawford views this fight as more than a payday or another title. It's his shot at greatness. He wants to be remembered as more than a technical genius, but as a legend etched in boxing history. According to Hearn, Crawford isn't chasing power, he's chasing legacy.
It's a fight that's probably quite personal to him to prove himself as a great. And there is no doubt that if he wins this fight, he's a great. He's a pound for pound tremendous fighter, but...
Of course, the elephant in the room was the size difference. Crawford, a 147-pound welterweight, had long kept an eye on the 168-pound king. The jump in weight was impossible to ignore. Crawford never stopped calling out Canelo's name. And interestingly, Canelo never shut the door. He left it open, ready to take things seriously if the business made sense.
47, obviously 154 now. But the money's the money, and he was never going to turn it down.
Canelo's journey has taken him from a young prospect to one of the biggest pay-per-view stars in the sport. He's conquered champions across 4 weight divisions and built his own kingdom inside and outside the ring. Known for his iron chin, brutal body shots, and pinpoint counterpunches, Canelo remains a force. At the press conference, he appeared calm and collected, more at ease than Bud. He spoke about working with Dana White and the event organizers to make this mega fight happen. Canelo praised the collaboration between UFC and boxing, making it clear he doesn't see the two as rivals. People think we're competing, but we're not. I've always respected Dana White and every UFC fighter. I believe that if we work together, we can accomplish great things. I'm excited to partner with Dana White, Netflix, and everyone involved in this event. I've always admired him. As for Crawford, Canelo acknowledged this fight is different. Former champion Antonio Tarver agreed, saying Terence Crawford carries the fearless, commanding presence that defines true greatness.
I've been telling y'all for the longest, that boy got that energy. And you know what energy I'm talking about. What is that? Tarver energy.
Yes, sir. Tarver.
He got that. Yes, and so when you get that, we don't see nobody, bro.
Tarver didn't hold back when turning his attention to Canelo Alvarez. While he acknowledged Canelo's toughness, he argued that the Mexican superstar hasn't faced a true test in quite some time and that his movement inside the ring hasn't been as sharp lately. According to Tarver, comfort can be dangerous. When you settle into that zone, even the best start to slow down. Now he's in with a hungry fighter like Crawford. Canelo's footwork hasn't been up to par, and he hasn't truly looked threatening in a while. Sometimes you have to dig deep to prepare for a challenge like this, Tarver warned. And Crawford? Tarver called him a master craftsman, a switch-hitting puzzle no one has solved. With an undefeated record of 40-0 and 30 knockouts, Crawford dominated at 147 pounds, shocking the world by dismantling Errol Spence Jr. Now he's moving up again, this time to 168, to face the most dangerous man in the division. That kind of ambition is rare, Tarver said. I haven't seen many fighters who could pull it off. Frank Martin also weighed in, comparing William Skull's cautious, defense-heavy approach in Canelo's last fight to what Crawford might do. Crawford's not going to run like that, Martin predicted. He'll box smart, pick his spots, and fight in bursts. He might not match Canelo's power because of size, but speed kills, and that's where Crawford has the edge. Martin even suggested that Crawford's quickness and timing could be the keys to pulling off an upset.
Quicker than him in
fast. Sometimes, man, like, just because a guy bigger, it don't always mean, like, you know, he can crack, but, you know, it's like Terence he gonna be the faster, you know, he gonna be the quicker fighter, the more explosive fighter, too, I feel like.
He broke down the challenges smaller fighters face against bigger opponents, making a strong case for why speed matters more than size. His logic was clear. Quickness can neutralize power, whether the matchup is even or one fighter is physically superior. Bigger men don't always hold the advantage. They're often slower. When a smaller fighter faces a larger one, the key is simple: don't get hit. If you're the faster puncher, that speed becomes your weapon. For Crawford, this fight could redefine greatness. If he defeats Canelo, a naturally bigger man who has mastered multiple styles, he will become the first fighter in the four-belt era to be undisputed in 3 different weight classes. That's something never accomplished by Mayweather, Pacquiao, or even Roy Jones Jr. This is history waiting to be written in bold letters, and now, some of Canelo Alvarez's former rivals are weighing in. One of the loudest voices? Floyd Mayweather Jr., the man who handed Canelo one of his worst defeats. Back in 2013, when Canelo was still young, Mayweather didn't just beat him, he schooled him in a masterclass performance.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Even though the weight difference could play a role, neither camp believes the other holds a clear physical advantage. That's why both sides remain supremely confident. Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, didn't respond with bravado but with calm certainty, a look that spoke louder than words. He made it clear they know exactly what's coming, even if the details stay under wraps. Bomac had no interest in putting on a show for the cameras or adding hype. Instead, his focus was on the grind behind the scenes, the discipline, the trust built over years of work, and the strategy they believe will lead to victory. "We're just going to get out there and win," he said. "Do everything you can to help us win. I'm not giving away the game plan, but make no mistake, we're ready." Statistically, Crawford brings an edge in knockout power, a 73% KO rate compared to Canelo's 63.9%, an impressive feat considering Crawford spent most of his career in lighter divisions. Meanwhile, Oscar de la Hoya didn't hold back his frustration. At the fight, the promoters, and even a private dinner shared by Canelo, Crawford, and Turki Alalshik. De la Hoya slammed the overly friendly atmosphere, saying it's draining boxing of its edge. "Fans don't tune in to watch fighters admire each other," he argued. "They want the fire, the tension, that raw energy that makes it feel like war is coming." He compared today's build-up to the electric intensity of legendary rivalries, like Ali versus Frazier or Tyson versus Mitch Green. Fights that would have lost their magic if the fighters had been seen dining together before battle.
Can you imagine Muhammad Ali or like Joe Frazier having dinner together? What? Can you imagine Mike Tyson and Mitch Green before a brawl? Hey, what the f? No boxing fan wants to see two fighters having dinner together.
We could have a dinner on Wednesday night.
He doubled down, saying the real thrill of boxing lies in the build-up. The tension, the mind games, the feeling that every round is life or death. When the storyline feels forced or overly polished, the hype loses its edge. We want fights. We want passion. We want to believe a real war is about to break out, not see fighters sipping champagne together while hyping a trilogy, Oscar ranted. Then he went personal, urging Bud to bring up the old scandal. Canelo's failed drug test from tainted meat, Canelo's lingering nightmare. "Doesn't anyone else like this idea?" Oscar asked. "You want to make Canelo mad? Hit him with the truth about his spoiled beef." But beyond the drama, this is about legacy. Crawford enters as a 2-time undisputed champion with nothing left to prove. Yet he craves the ultimate challenge, the kind that elevates men to immortality. Canelo, meanwhile, has ruled for so long that staying on top means destroying the man who threatens his throne. British boxing journalist Gareth A. Davies added his voice to the conversation, issuing a chilling warning to Crawford. He didn't sugarcoat it. This fight could get ugly.
Fight for both men. Canelo always looks for the knockout, as he says. He will be planting his feet. And as I said to Terence, are you prepared to be hit harder than you've ever been hit before? Obviously, he doesn't want to be hit, but Canelo will hit him harder than anyone he's probably been in against. So Spence hits hard, but it wasn't the same Errol Spence that he fought. And he's up against one of the all-time greats of Mexican boxing on September the 13th at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. It's a really big fight for him. It's a legacy fight because his resume isn't anything like Saul Canelo Alvarez's legacy.
Davies makes it clear, no, Canelo isn't coming to box cute, he's coming to hurt you. He'll start the fight on his heels, plant his feet, and throw with bad intentions, hunting for the knockout like a man on a mission. Crawford has never felt punches like the ones Canelo is about to deliver. This fight isn't just about skill, it's a test of toughness, heart, and pure will. This isn't a chess match. Every clean shot could change the entire fight. And the question Gareth A. Davies asks is chilling. Is Crawford truly ready for that kind of fire? Yes, he handled Errol Spence, but Spence isn't Canelo. On September 13th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Crawford faces one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. His resume doesn't stack up against Saul Canelo Alvarez's. This is a legacy fight, history on the line. Even before the opening bell, this clash feels different. It's not just another bout, it's a collision of pride, heritage, and raw emotion.